stars tonight. Found myself a washing colored light. It felt like spirits had awakened me. This carnival of animals had taken me. They danced around me and they took my hand. Whispered, close your eyes and understand. And when I felt the change, it startled me. This carnival of animals is part of me, 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 part of me. Close your eyes and understand. When I felt the change, it startled me. This carnival of animals is part of me, part of me, part of me, part of me, part of me. I took a walk among the stars tonight. Found myself a washing color light. It felt like spirits had awakened me. This carnival of animals had taken me. Startled me. This carnival of animals is part of me, part of me, part of me, part of me, Different dreams between us and the ocean. I look at the stars, see the rising sun. Different roads on the one highway. Still humming for you for every bad day. It will never change. Malgré la distance, tu es toujours là. Rien ne change, on ne s'oublie pas. Different dreams between us and the ocean. I look at the stars, see the rising sun. Different roads on the one highway. Still you there for me, even miles away. It will never change, never change. Love knows no distance. It will never change, never change. It will never.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Arcadia Esports Twitch channel. Today, we're going to have a great Overwatch game versus Lackawanna. Today, I am joined with Maxwell again. What's up, bud?
Not a lot. We're excited to cast some Overwatch again. I've heard this is going to be a pretty close match. These two teams have gone against very similar teams before and have all come up with pretty much the same results. So this should be a close one.
Awesome. Definitely looking forward to it. Of course, with a new week of NACE, we have a new starting map. So getting into it here, we're going to be starting off on Nepal. Definitely very interesting. Love the aesthetics of the map, and looking forward to see what control points are picked here. Maxwell, what do you feel about this map?
Map is very different based on the different points you get. Because, for example, on this map, you've got a lot of high ground control. You can brawl pretty easily on it too. And then on others, you've got close quarters like on Village, or even easy environmental kills on Sanctum. So expecting to see different looks based on the different points.
Yep, and this is something we talked about a little bit before coming up on the cast. But this map specifically for Nepal, big for ball, or at least, you know, when I'm playing, I play ball. It's not necessarily knowing if that's a cheese strat or something. But Lackawanna opting to go for the ball here. Pushing up on a point here. Arcadia, Mighty Duck gets taken down. So he's not the main tank. Kojo also gets down. So Arcadia's going to have no tanks to keep up this push. And it looks like Lackawanna is going to have first control here. Looks like Lackawanna is just going to pull back and off the cap the point here, while Arcadia looks for a little bit of a regroup.
Blacktrick with a quick pick at the beginning. They could engage on this.
That is very big. The ball's just looking to disrupt in the back here. We see the drop down, knocking a bunch of people up on the side of Arcadia. The Mighty Duck walking forward with Zarya shield. Kojo gets a kill on the Ana. They're going to be down one healer. Mighty Duck takes down Moose. And Arcadia's getting quick control here. Latrick picking up the tank for the side of Lackawanna. And the Mighty Duck just holding that left click swing and a big hammer, taking down Lackawanna.
Really quick recontest.
Yeah, awesome recontest. Yeah, a little bit of the ball. Do you think the ball's like a real strat, or just is it a little cheesy, or?
Well, ball can do wonders if you. It takes a lot to get good at ball, but once you're good at him, he can do so much work.
Yep, and we do see the ball ultimate coming down, cutting off Arcadia from the point on the side here. With the Symmetra turrets, might be hard to push in through. Lackawanna is going to get the recap. And Ball's just going to be spinning, disrupting. I love watching him just roll around. Mighty Duck's going to opt to try and push up here. A bunch of the ball ultimate's going to take him down. Hammer down onto Lackawanna's backline. Looks like not going to be able to pick up any frags off of that. Latrick's doing what he can. The Death Blossom coming out. Getting 4 kills! Oh my god, Latrick.
5? Can he get the ball for the 6?
Oh, ball spinning around, trying to buy time. This is looking really rough for Arcadia. Able to take him down eventually and getting the recap, so it all works out in the end. Latrick coming up huge on the Reaper.
Getting so much work done. Lackawanna swapping to a Doomfist off the Sim.
Like to see what the Doomfist can do here. Doomfist has a lot of mobility, can maybe work well with the ball. They're going to opt to push up in the front here with the Reinhardt shield. Lackawanna going to do another ball ultimate. Hammer down onto 3 people. Takes down Latrick. Going to be down a lot of damage with that Kojo falling as well. See
Bob,
if Arcadia...
1 point. Bob getting 2.
Oh, big kills from Pluto here. The ball's going to opt to just spin around on the point. It's going to be hard for Arcadia to get back on there. Mighty Duck just doing what he can to stop them from capping the point. Coming back, Crusher and Mulin healing up the Mighty Duck. And Arcadia's going to be able to take them off the point. It looked a little grim for them for a moment, but able to stand their ground with the 2 healers just staying on top of the Reinhardt.
Yeah, doing a great job holding the point and even getting a late kill onto Bebley with the skill orb.
You see her up for another push. Ball taking the charge for Lackawanna. Up to walking through here. Latrick, big hack from the Sombra. Arcadia trying to make a push here. Hammer down, gonna whiff. That's a big ultimate down for the side of Arcadia. Latrick trying to stay on the point here and do all the damage that he can. Eventually just goes down here. Crusher's gonna tag the point, but it looks like Lackawanna's gonna be able to cap the point here. On top of overtime, so...
This next fight could be really big with the Grav, and they're almost a Death Blossom. Those two really deadly together.
Yeah, last time Latrick had the Death Blossom, he ended up with 5 kills, so let's see if he can pull it out again. Arcadia can get this recap here, it's going to be huge at 99%. We see Sombra for Lackawanna on the back here. What is she opting to do here? Oh, Reinhardt's going to get hacked. Big grab here, what can Latrick do? Latrick's close to Death Blossom. Big Death Blossom from Latrick. Not getting the amount of damage that he might have hoped off of that one, but able to get a big chunk out. Sombra just doing a lot. Hacking Latrick. He can't get out of there. Doomfist ulti is going to come out. Crusher doing what he can. Kojo doing what he can.
He's still with numbers on the point. Looks like Lackawanna's trying to stall, but Bob, great anti-stall.
Arcadia's going to cap the point. We're into overtime here. Not able to touch.
99.
Lucio for Lackawanna is going to get a little tap there. And they're able to keep drawing out this overtime.
Oh, big boop on the ball.
That was massive. Whew. Like you said, really close, even on the first map of the first thing on the poll here. 99 for both sides.
We are in for quite the series.
Yeah, I was wondering how Arcadia was gonna opt to deal with the ball. Usually you see something like Ana for a sleep or McCree or just something to stop the ball from swinging around in that middle section there on top of the point, but looks like Arcadia was just to handle it with raw damage and just taking out the ball.
Yeah, ball's such a huge target that Reaper shotguns can just rip into him even from middle distance.
Yep. We're swapping the village here. Moose is going to opt to stay onto the ball for this map. Both teams going to opt to take the initial high ground here. Ooh, ball's in the back. Do you see where Moose is?
Doomfist kind of stuck in the room. Can he get out alive? Looks like he can.
Arcadia going to push out side of the choke here. Latrick trying to get behind the Reinhardt. Ooh! Reinhardt for Lackawanna is going to go down. There's a tank. Doomfist dies. Arcadia picking up some quick frags here. Moose going to roll out of there, and Arcadia's going to probably get some first control in this point here and get that cap.
Looks like Arcadia's getting a good handle on the comp that Lackawanna's playing.
Yeah.
Took them by surprise at first, probably not expecting the ball in Sim, but now that they know what they've got out, they're prepared.
Yeah, it was a really big flank for Moose, just trying to disrupt them while inside of the choke there, but ultimately wasn't able to gather much from it. Arcadia's going to hold the high ground here with Pluto. We'll see if he can get some snipes. Doomfist opting to disrupt. And we have the Coalescence coming out from Mule, and let's see what she can do.
Lucio's down for both sides.
You can see the other healer go down for Lackawanna. Same with their Reinhardt. They're losing tanks and healers. It's going to be hard for them to regain control of this. And Moose, again, is just going to up to roll out.
Tracer seeing if he can get out safely.
If Arcadia set up, they're going to opt for the same path here. Moose on the disrupt. Mighty Duck opting for the high ground as well. We do have Earth Shatter available.
Forcing point.
Lackawanna's going to get a lot of charge onto the point there. Mighty Duck going to push them off. You have to assume the Earth Shatter slept into the Earth Shatter, not able to get much damage off of it. Moose is going to drop the Bolt Ultimate onto the point initially. And it's going to be the tanks of Arcadia trying to fight this out inside of there. Ooh, the grab is going to come out. What can Kojo do for damage here? And the Lucio ult from Crusher keeping everybody alive, and they're able to get the kills to push Lackawanna out of the point again.
Great work by the supports there too. Mighty
Yeah.
Duck getting really low, and honestly, if that Reinhardt fell during that fight,
Yeah,
I think
no
we'd
way
have a
Arcadia
different
would
outcome.
damage. For sure, for sure. Moose is going to opt to swap to the Winston, but we're at 95 and climbing % for Arcadia.
Kojo
See if
getting
it
2
makes a
early
difference.
kills.
They're going to try and touch the point here, but they're not going to have the time. Yeah, Moose opting to change off of the ball at the point where there was high percentage. You would think that maybe being the ball, you could get there as fast as possible and try and touch the point.
Yeah,
Patrick
often.
here.
Yeah, even people who don't play ball often swap to him in those last second moments.
Yeah, we've seen that from Kojo a few times in the past. Of course, Latchrick ends up playing the game here at the biggest blossom you've ever seen, so no surprise there.
He's been watering his garden, that's for sure.
Yes, sir. You can see the cards here. Look at Mulen, 41% of the team's damage healed from the Moira. That's just so big. And you saw time and time again, it's a Mighty Duck and Kojo trying to hold out on the point there, and the healer's just able to keep them topped off. Really great showing from Arcadia there. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, Lackawanna already knows what they wanted to play for the next map, which we're going to have Escort, and don't even really need to say what they've got to choose from because they've picked Dorado.
Yeah, we're gonna see Dorado here again. Starting to believe that, maybe that's the only choice. Maybe we've been lying the
Yeah.
whole time because nobody opts for Junkertown or Eichenwald. Everybody just goes straight to Dorado there.
Yeah, I'd be
or not
surprised if they
Eichenwald.
picked Eichenwald because it's not
No,
an Escort.
I misspoke there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorado seems to be the choice here, and if this is anything like the past few games, we'll be seeing Kings Row next map as well. So we'll see if that
Yeah.
changes.
Everyone loves Kings Row.
Yeah, of course. But going to be heading into Dorado here. What are some things that maybe you could see changing for Lackawanna heading into Escort map?
On Dorado especially, I don't see the ball.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of really tight chokes that the defenders are definitely going to try to hold. And you can't really work the ball through those. We've seen this before where Kojo swapped a ball under the bridge. You just can't do anything with his really large hitbox. You can't get past you can't even get past the payload through the choke because you're so big.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't expect to see the ball.
Right.
I haven't seen them really run much of a hit scan. Most we've gotten is like Tracer for that. So I could see them pulling out an Ashe to match Pluto.
Right, exactly. And we know for sure that, Arcadia and past in the stream has opted for things like the Widow, Ashe, sometimes bringing out Hanzo, but definitely those longer range DPS for Dorado, able to, make the best of the high ground that you're you're able to get onto this map. So we kind of generally have an idea what Arcadia is going through, but interested to see what Lackawanna brings out. But we're going to be heading into Dorado right now, so looking forward to the second map. All right. So we'll see initially what the team comps here are. Arcadia going to be on the defense for this one at first. And it looks like we're going to have Latrick on the Genji, actually. And this was something that Latrick brought out, I think, week 1.
Yeah, right out the
NACE.
bat.
Yeah, and it was something that... oh, he's going to be swapping on a Hanzo. But we might see a swap back to Genji, because Genji was something that he pulled out on this map and was extremely strong on, despite some people saying that it wasn't as strong in the current meta. But definitely a pick that Latrick looks really strong on. So we'll see if the Hanzo doesn't seem to work out on him if we do see the swap to Genji. But right now, going to be the Hanzo Widow, something that we've definitely seen from the side of Arcadia. Kojo going to be on the Roadhog, though, and the Mighty Duck opting for Sigma. These are two picks that we haven't really seen much. Usually they opt for a Reinhardt Zarya comp.
Yeah. Widow's on both ends, so we're going to be looking to that. See
Oh,
what
Widow
happens
taking
there.
out Latrick immediately for the first push, but Mulan going to hit the res very quickly there, so Latrick's going to be back in the fight. We do see Pharmacy for the side of Lackawanna, so that might be a big pain. Pluto's going to have to try his hardest to try and take that down. Arcadia sticking to the high ground as Lackawanna moves through the choke. You're going to have to ask, when is Arcadia going to drop that high ground? As soon as they get through this choke, it's a lot harder for them.
Yeah. Typically, you would see them drop by now, but Reinhardt was on them, so they couldn't turn their backs to him.
Yeah, it was really hard to ignore that Reinhardt, I guess. But Lackawanna going to make it through the push in the first point. A couple people going down. Crusher's going to fall. Healers on both sides are dropping here, but the Pharmacy is staying alive and dishing out a ton of damage. Kojo's out on the side. A little bit split from the team with Latrick. The Mighty Duck is going to be the one kind of fending off this frontward engage.
Oh,
See what Pluto can do. Healing up. Latrick
turning the momentum.
But the Pharmacy is still alive, still pumping up damage.
How does Pluto think?
Pluto
Save for that. Pluto!
Oh, big. Oh, it's going to get res. Kojo taking out the Mercy, so it's just fair. Oh, Pluto with another snipe.
Going for the grapple shot. Okay, nothing.
And Pluto just doing exactly what he needed to do there. Taking out the Pharah, and then once again, right after the res. So Pluto coming up big on the Widow, and Arcadia's going to be able to push them off, but Lackawanna did get the payload very far, and they're not going to have to worry about that initial choke as much because the payload is past it. So they get a couple picks, they're going to be able to go through. Kojo taking out the Pharah. It's just going to be a little bit of a stagger for Lackawanna.
Scary thing for Lackawanna here, though, is they've only got 1 ult right now. Coming up on 3, though. Arcadia has 5, and they're using them now.
Kojo out in the front just kind of stopping there. He's going to get shattered. Sigma ult's going to come out.
Sig ult peeling huge for Kojo.
Kojo's going to wind up going down eventually, though. Pluto coming up with 2 big kills. 3 big kills! And Mulan's going to res Kojo, so they're going to have their tanks back up. Tracer's going to be in the back here. Just opting to dump down a little bit of a...
We've seen Pluto dunk on Tracers before, so the dangerous game they're playing there.
As soon as it looks a little difficult for Arcadia, Pluto's coming up big onto these picks, big onto the headshots.
Consistently clutch.
Yep. Oh, and Tracer's going to take out Latrick here.
Tracer on the Widow.
Yeah. Tracer on the Widow, yeah. Oh, and the barrage is going to get him on the flank. And this is a little odd setup here. We see Lackawanna is just going to get the push on the point while the other members are pushing out Arcadia.
This could be a huge C9.
Oh, we see
is this?
Latrick with
Oh my god.
Oh. Halo did make it to the first point, although it's contested right now.
Big
Pluto
C9.
getting a big pick, but ultimately they're going to get that first point.
He's
Arcadia
in their spawn as Widow.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Look
get
at
punished
Pluto
for
on the
this.
flank here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just going to have to go down and opt to regroup as fast as possible. Yeah, Arcadia seemed trapped, just like absolutely trapped on top of that high ground. And Lackawanna just took advantage and walked the escort payload right in there.
Yeah, they got a little greedy going for kills in the back, and the payload just kept moving.
Yep. We do see Latrick swap it to the Genji. Ultimately gets taken out right
Doesn't
away.
stay on the Genji alive for very long, but...
Sigma ult's going to come down. We cannot heal. Reinhardt's going to go down. Mighty Duck getting out with the ultimate. Latrick kind of doing what he can, opting to go to the high ground immediately, trying to drop down and disrupt them. Moose is going to get res. The grab comes out from Zarya. See if any kills are gotten off that. No kills initially off the back of the grab from... Ooh, Mighty Duck going to get boosted here.
And lots of damage with those.
Got Latrick taking out the healers. Pharmacy's back, going to be doing a lot of damage here. Mighty Duck.
Now they need to stay on this point. If they just give up another one for free, that's...
Oh, Arcadia doing what they can. Latrick kind of disrupting the point, holding that contention. And they're just going to be going down here. And Lackawanna is going to get the push into the final point here. Arcadia playing very weird around the payload this map. And Lackawanna is getting a lot of free push off of the back of that.
Yeah, taking 2 points in less than 3 minutes is huge.
Big Earth Shatter for the side of Lackawanna. Is there damage to follow up? Yes, there is. Taking down both tanks on the side of Arcadia. It's going to be really hard for them to defend anything going through. Mulin getting a really nice res onto Kojo, so they'll have a little bit of that beefiness to stop the payload from pushing. And the Pharmacy taking out multiple members on the side of Arcadia. Latrick and Mulin falling. Pluto getting those picks onto the Widow. They're slowly pushing in the point here. Coalescence comes out for the side of Lackawanna. The Mighty Duck, Reinhardt combat going down. Moose getting the better of Mighty Duck there. Kojo and Crusher on top of the point. Latrick joining them here. Trying to get some
Blade.
kills. Blade comes out. What is he able to do?
Blade, it's big!
Oh, it is huge! He's taking them all down. And Arcadia's going to get control back onto the payload. Big, 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 big blade there from Latrick.
Latrick coming up need when you need him.
Yeah. There's DPS on the side of Arcadia coming in clutch in those final moments where it looks like things are going really tough. Alright, we'll see the regroup here. We have the DPS on the high ground for the side of Arcadia. Mighty Duck standing right next to the payload. We do see the swap to the ball. Disrupt. I didn't even know you could take this ball out with the Moose in the front line here. Pharmacy up in the skies trying to do damage here. Lackawanna is pushing Arcadia's...
Kojo!
Kojo big, but the barrage is massive as well. The res onto the ferry immediately after going down. Crusher's solo on the point here is Lucio. Kojo coming back up from the back line. Latrick coming in trying to disrupt the Genji. Can Pharah land her shots?
See, 1 health goes down.
Arcadia tank's getting back onto the point. Tracer's finally playing Tracer. And see Latrick getting the better of Pharah, actually.
Mulin at 7 health. Can she live?
No, looks like...
Skill Orb says no.
Grab for the side of Lackawanna is not going to catch anything, actually. Bob coming out, but runs in the opposite direction. I wonder if that was just so he can get the fire off.
Putting down some pressure on the Tracer, though.
We see Crusher with the Lucio coming out, breaking the sound barrier.
We've got a Blade and we have a Nano. What are we going to do with them?
We can do with it. We're in the last seconds here. What is Latrick doing here? He's not nanoed. Now he is nanoed with the Blade. Latrick picking up a couple kills. Kojo doing a good job as well.
And the Wick's going to burn. Here. Overtime.
That's going to be round 1. Lackawanna pushing the point extremely far there, so they do have a lot of room to work with. And so we'll see what Arcadia is able to do when they're on the attacking side. But that round looked a little awkward. A little bit like Arcadia was consistently pushed out of their comfort zone into weird positions. and they weren't able to contest the payload as much, and Lackawanna got a lot of push off of that.
Oh. And some of that might have to do with the fact that you're running like Sigma Hog. You don't really have a solid front line like you do when you're running your Reinhardt or your Winston. Like
Exactly.
Sigma's shield is kind of a sometimes thing. He can't really
Right.
keep it up all the time, so you've got to play around the map rather than your tanks.
Mm-hmm. We see the Mighty Duck swap from the Sigma back onto the Reinhardt here. You have to expect that'll stick as
Kojo.
pushing the point. Kojo is ball. We'll see if Kojo swaps off of the ball, but it would be interesting to initially go for the ball here.
I don't hate this with
Lackawanna.
I don't hate the ball with the Winston.
No, I do not either.
That could look
Lackawanna
nice.
setting up a little cheesy here in the house with 4 members. Let's see what their plan is here. Kojo spots them out, I think. Yep, Arcadia knows they're in the house. See what they will do. They're all funneled. Oh,
Tionana.
big brawl here. Whose side's gonna come out on top? Kojo getting on top of the building. He is swinging. Kojo
Regardless
trying
of
to
who
push him
wins this fight, spawns are on the side of Arcadia. Lackawanna took a big risk here with the spawn camp, but it might not necessarily pay out how they expected it to.
up. Yep. And Lackawanna gonna fall. Yeah, exactly as you said, Maxwell. I think the kills went equal on the initial exchange, but the spawns are just so far away for Lackawanna, and Arcadia able to get the initial respawn and the backup so much faster. It was just a straight loss on the side of Lackawanna in that exchange. Arcadia gonna get a ton of push off of the back of that, immediately going through that first choke point.
And that's what you, and that choke point is what you rely on if you're on first point defense.
Yep, and it's
your
even
bread
worse.
and butter.
It's even worse when Kojo's on the ball. Look, exactly what he wanted is just get out through this choke and spin around that point in the middle. Kojo getting slipped though. See a
Mighty
couple
Duck
kills.
down early.
Earth Shatter gets 2 in the back, but I'm not sure if there's damage to kill him. Actually, Crusher going down, Latcher going down as well. Kojo's going to drop the ball ultimate on top, and he's going to be the sole one there. Pluto with more... Arcadia's going to get pushed off of the point there. But the point did get through that choke, so... We'll see if Arcadia is able to get a good push there. Kojo's still going to be on the ball, and that is a lot of disruption when he can get his tether onto that big fountain in the middle.
Yeah.
Arcadia regrouping, taking the high ground. Ball's going to initially disrupt again with the Genji coming in. Bob comes in. We'll see what Bob can do on the back there. Just going to lay down the fire. Mighty Duck's going to pop the Winston ultimate and further disrupt them. Winston and the ball just bouncing everybody around, but Lackawanna's just gonna push through and try and kill Arcadia's backline. It's not working out too well.
Latcher with the dash resets.
Yeah, that's just big. That is just big for Genji. Arcadia gonna clean up here and make that push towards the second point. Latchic's Genji is looking really clean here. Mighty Duck and Kojo are going to be onto the top here. Just putting fire down onto them while Crusher's solo on the point here. Going to be pushing up slowly, but Arcadia does have control of the high ground. And Lackawanna is going to struggle to contest.
Based on their ults, I would pretty much be surprised if they didn't do Nanoblade this next fight. But in order to do that, they're gonna need to bait out this sound barrier from Bebley.
Yep.
Because
Shadow's gonna come out.
That's the counter.
Hanzo ultimate. Junkrat's coming out. Lackawanna's spending a lot of ultimate power here. And the kills aren't necessarily coming up. They have 1 up on Arcadia. They're pushing them off the point. We'll see what Latcher can do here.
He's all alone though.
He is alone, but he is getting healed up from the Ana. We'll see if the ultimate winds up dying. No, he's able to dash out and stay alive. So, ooh, Hanzo picking up a big kill on top of Pluto there, headshotting. But
Dude, you don't see that every day.
Mighty Duck picking up Ana on the side for Arcadia. That's a big pick there. They're going to be down one healer. Hanzo again headshotting Pluto, but Mighty Duck's going to get some good revenge there.
Kojo buying a lot of space with the mines, too.
Oh, we do see a big blade here, but he dashes right into the grab and immediately goes down.
The nano doesn't come out, but the sound barrier does. That could have been a tactical play. I can't really say, though.
Kojo gonna get a big knock up there. Pluto on this high ground.
Kills Yana.
Yeah, it's a big kill there. Gonna be down a healer. Big Earth Shatter gonna hit the Mighty Duck. See, he's able to get it. Reinhardt's not gonna be able to be healed. Can they get the flank? They can. Kojo's gonna get the kill. Hanzo ultimate comes out. Not gonna drop anybody though. The Mighty Duck is gonna get boosted and get a couple quick kills there. We do have two people on the side of the point. Gonna get knocked up. Lucio buying as much time as he can, but eventually gonna go down. A little bit of an interesting swap from the Mighty Duck from that big shield Reinhardt that you think the team would need to make this push here back onto the Roadhog. Kojo with the ball ultimate. That is a big brain ball ultimate, trying to stop them from even walking close to the point, but Lackawanna is going to walk right through it here. The Reinhardt is going to get boosted, and he's going to push Arcadia off of the point.
The kills are on the side of Arcadia.
The kills
So
are on
while
the side of Arcadia.
you're buying space, but that's about it.
We're going to go down here. Apologies, had to sneeze. His gameplay is tickling my nose. Latrick going in for the dash. Kojo's getting a lot of kills on the ball here, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, definitely one of his most comfortable heroes.
And Latrick just going to headshot the Ana. Arcadia makes a push onto the second point here. And they do have Bob, Blade, and Nano. So
And Valkyrie.
they're going to be big ultimates out of Arcadia. Earthshatter going to hit Latrick and Crusher. Neither of them going to go down initially, though. No damage to back
Mighty
it up.
Duck just taking up the Reinhardt's time as soon as he shatters.
Yep. As soon as Arcadia regroups here, they're going to have big ultimates to spend on this. The Mighty Duck is going to fall. Kojo getting the kill onto Moose.
Huge
big knock up for
knock-up.
him into an ultimate. It's going to be hard for them to contest that initial move onto the ball ultimate. So
Kojo
Arcadia going to get the push
consistent.
here. It's very close. They do have a minute left. Both tanks are inside of Arcadia making a push here. Kojo is going to get pinned, but he has the shield to stay alive again with the healing of Mulan. Pluto is going to go down, but takes one with him. Kojo trying to disrupt. A big knock-up again. Ultimate for the Mighty Duck, as well as the Nano to boost the Roadhog. Pluto getting a kill with Bob here. Mighty Duck. Sound Barrier comes out with the hack. And it looks like Lackawanna is going to try and get some control of the point. Blade comes out. Grab misses the Genji, probably what he was looking for there. And Latrick's going to get a lot of good damage with the Blade. The tanks on Arcadia just doing such a great job of staying alive with the healing from the supports. Latrick getting another double dash kill. What a highlight reel for the Genji here. And Arcadia's going to get the payload past the point that they needed to. So they're going to end up with the win there.
Kojo doing so much on the ball. Consistently getting these huge knockups on the enemy team.
Yeah. And play of the game load goes to Latrick on the Genji here.
Naturally.
Something, yeah, we talked about at the very beginning. And this game was consistent, like back-to-back highlight moments for him. Just going crazy with Blade, but also without Blade. Just getting those dash resets and going crazy. 50 eliminations, 61 kill participation. That's exactly what you'd expect after watching that game. He went bonkers on the Genji.
Yeah, the DPS on Arcadia is just showing why they're so, I don't know, great.
Yeah, very big plays out from them. And you could see everybody on Arcadia kind of pulling up, you know. Kojo and the Mighty Duck for a good, decent chunks of the game, they just could not die, you know? The healers, the supports on the side of Arcadia doing a great job at keeping the two front lines healed up and able to absolutely just disrupt everybody with Ball, with Roadhog. Nobody's able to stand still and kind of take their shots for the side of Lackawanna. And Arcadia's DPS have so much room just to go absolutely nuts.
Like, the tanks and healers on Arcadia are just so consistently good nonstop that you have to pay attention to them.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they get these huge kills like Kojo's been getting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pay attention to them, then you're opening up the door for Latrick and Pluto to get these huge flashy plays.
Mm-hmm.
And you're stuck between this rock and a hard place.
Right. And you saw that from Lackawanna's hero picks and hero swaps. Initially going for stuff like the Widow and trying to snipe the backline healers on Arcadia, but ultimately not able to do it. And you saw at the very end, Lackawanna opted for a Reaper to try and just bust down the tanks, and that wasn't working either. So they're gonna have to try and find an answer to this seemingly undying, very like rock wall front line for the side of Arcadia, because without breaking through that, without maybe trying to snipe the healers on the side of Arcadia, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to get any control over these points.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And we've got our next map in King's Row.
Yeah.
Surprising everyone.
Yeah, big shocker for the King's Row here. But regardless, very entertaining map to watch as well as play. You know, being the reason why it's picked that often. And
yeah, fan favorite, player favorite.
Yeah.
Everyone loves King's Row.
Yeah, and if anybody has been watching past streams, you've seen a couple crazy things come out from this map, both on the side of Arcadia and the opponents that we've played in the past weeks. Crazy things with Symmetra teleports and Bastion turrets, and it's gotten kind of crazy. It seems like people have you know, certain tech that they like to pull out on the map, practice routes, stuff like that.
Huge wraparounds.
Yeah, huge wraparounds.
Yeah.
Just because this map is so popular, everybody tries to put their little spin on it, it seems, and it's been very entertaining to watch all of the teams play on this map. So looking forward to what Lackawanna brings to this game tonight.
Yeah. Not the biggest ball map, so not expecting to see Kojo or Moose bringing out the ball. This is pretty hard set brawl.
Yeah,
the Reinhardt Zarya, very popular on this map.
Yeah, very popular map, very liked map. However, everything has a downside, and maybe running the ball has to be that.
Yeah. Not gonna expect to see any balls flying around. Kojo might not be getting to just slam down on the enemy team uncontested on this map.
Exactly. And similar to Dorado, but even more so on this King's Row map, we generally see Pluto on the Widow and generally comes up big. So we're going to be looking for big snipes from both teams, but specifically Arcadia, because we know the Arcadia DPS do like those hit scan long range snipers, the Widow, the Ashe. So going to be looking for big snipes, big stuff still out of the DPS for them to continue making these plays. But we'll see eventually what they opt in to go here for the team compositions as we get into this map. It's going to be match point. And if Arcadia is able to take this map on King's Row, that'll be it for us tonight. But we'll see if Lackawanna can take it out and extend this series to a Game 4.
Yeah. And honestly, this is the bread and butter of teams. Everyone plays King's Row.
Mm-hmm.
So far, when we've been casting, we haven't seen a single team pick something other than King's Row for a hybrid map. And
we do have Pluto and Moose in the chat saying King's Row is the Dust 2 of Overwatch, and Moose coming back. King's Row is the Nuke Town of Overwatch. So shout out to Black Ops, shout out to Counter-Strike. If you know those maps, you know it's true. Just a classic.
Truly.
So we're in. Pluto is going to be on the Widow. Latrick is going to be on the Hanzo. Even though we did talk about it, Moose is hovering the ball now. So we'll see if Moose opts change off the ball, but hey, maybe this is the tech that we were talking about. Moose bringing out the ball, and look, he's
Neither
rolling
team.
in there. Look at him go, getting the
Forcing point. Neither team running either Zarya or Reinhardt, so proving me wrong.
Winston diving up there. Look at the ball. Look at the ball. Moose just absolutely going balls to the wall here, pushing everybody off the point, getting a lot of control over to this. Arcadia
He knows
looks like
what he
they're
wants to
floundering
run.
a little bit. Not being able to heal, he's going to pull out and opt to heal up, but Ball's going to be able to jump right back in there. Actually, he's not, because his teammates are going to be falling after following the ball. So, you know, Lackawanna going to have to regroup here. But look how high he's going. Dude, Moose knows this character through and through. Oh, big swings. Big disrupt on the high ground there.
Tracer swapped off of the Widow, deciding not to take the duel anymore. It's going over to Genji.
Yep. Oh, look at Moose. Just, he's just going everywhere. You can't even keep an eye on him. Arcadia gonna stand around the point here. Pluto trying to stay on the high ground. Take out the Genji on the side of Lackawanna. Tracer on Genji this time.
Oh.
And
What
then-
can't
oh,
Tracer play?
True.
Great name.
So Arcadia
ult?
gonna have continuous control here. Moose very entertaining to watch on this ball pick on this map, using every part of the map to kind of swing around here and buying a lot of space for his team. But Arcadia able to get the kills here. But it looks like they're gonna get extreme control of the point here with Latrick going down. However, Kojo is gonna get boosted here on the Roadhog and gonna do a ton of damage, taking out the Winston. Ball dropping down, Moose is going to opt to run out of the point as well. Now, as entertaining as this is, you have to ask if maybe they, you know, they do need that frontline shield, something like that Reinhardt, to actually get this push in, because they are getting initial, you know, kind of cap on the point and buying the space, but they just immediately wind up going down after. So they need to either find a different angle or a different pick. Genji's going to be nanoed here, but no blade. Sigma ulti is not going to catch anybody. Ball ultimate on top of the point here. Kojo pushing everybody off with the Roadhog. Winston ultimate is going to get popped for the side.
But no kills coming for the side of Lackawanna. Just space.
Lackawanna getting the first tick of the cap actually finished here. Hanzo ultimate going to be big, pushing Lackawanna off of the point. Blade comes out for the Genji on Lackawanna. Gonna try. Ooh, goes down actually. Mighty Duck, good kill.
Kills finally coming out for Lackawanna.
Lackawanna's gonna get the second tick of the point. Let's see what Kojo can do on the flank. He's gonna try and get those kills, push him off. Point is staying contested by the Mighty Duck and Kojo. The healers are coming back for the side of Arcadia. Doomfist ultimate comes out, not gonna catch anybody. Sound barrier comes out. Kojo staying on top of the point, keeping it contested. He is healing so much, but eventually goes down. And so does the Mercy. Lackawanna gonna get that. Gonna get the cap. Gonna start pushing the payload. Ball coming out, trying to get a couple kills with Stagger. They wind up getting Latrick. Can they get the Mighty Duck as well? And it looks like they do.
Looks like only the Mighty Duck can get the Mighty Duck.
True, true. He said, hey, you ain't gonna kill me. I'll do it myself. Lackawanna gonna get the push here. We'll see what Arcadia regroups and do. Moose pushing through. Going into the tube.
Doomfist hiding. He's in the distillery.
Ball creating a lot of space here. Ultimate comes down, so they're gonna be difficult to push through that choke there.
Kojo with it.
Look at Moose completely behind Arcadia here. Oh my god, he's buying so much space. The payload just keeps chugging and chugging along. Arcadia doesn't have an answer for this. They don't wind up ever killing Moose either. He's just pushing them all back.
Yeah, Ball, one of the hardest heroes to kill.
Yeah, we see the Sigma ult come out. Gonna get one kill off the side of that.
Both healers down.
Both healers down. Side of Lackawanna, and they can pick up some kills now. And stop that initial push. However, the payload is almost to this point.
Which, honestly, both a blessing and a curse, because if you want to fight anywhere on the streets phase, it's gonna be this last spot. Because the spawns are so long for the enemy team. You're as close as you're gonna get.
Exactly. We'll see what they're able to push out here. Doomfist does come down, not able to kill Pluto as maybe he was looking for.
But possibly might get Mulin, but slippery as ever.
Well, we see Moose coming out. Oh, the Nano Blade comes out for the side of Lackawanna, able to get a couple kills here. Doomfist picking up a kill, as well as Trinquin. Latchik trying to do what he can on the Reaper, but Lackawanna's gonna get the point there, gonna extend a little bit of their time, and they're gonna have 2 minutes and 15 seconds to make this final push here. Moose on the ball, able to get to the high ground. I tell you, I'm learning so much off of Moose here about how to play ball, because, oh, instantly, he gets booped off the point, no! Moose going down, so they're gonna...
For Moose credit, I'll give him this. He did manage to grapple in time that it didn't count as a boop from Crusher 99. So that would have given Crusher like 30% on his ult.
Right.
He would have been halfway there already.
Hey, that is big. Trying to save himself, wasn't able to do it. A little bit of stagger, but hey, Moose is back and already dropping the point here. We do see Bob coming out for the side of Arcadia, and Bob's just gonna mow everybody down.
Not before Moose gets his revenge on Crusher, though. Yeah, killing him with the mines.
Arcadia getting control of this here. Slowly pushing the payload back. Moose is going to be swinging in again. Getting big disrupts. Big knockup.
Slowly shifting their comp to something a little bit. Just a little bit more traditional on King's Row.
Yep.
Still can't call it anything close to normal with the ball, but...
Ooh, big shatter for the Mighty Duck, hitting a lot of people. Is the damage there?
The May wall keeping the team at bay.
Yeah,
really hard to follow up when you do that.
Yeah, no kills coming out, but buying a lot of time. Moose booping Crusher off the map. Actual true revenge now.
True revenge. Moose says, I controlled the space here, not you.
Yep. And like you said, you did mention the May. Tracer is playing May, so again, what can Tracer not play? Seem to be swapping everything today. Moose gonna go down on the side of Kojo, picking up that kill. Death Blossom comes out. Latchik picking up 1 kill onto the healer.
Blizzard coming out halfway into the fight with only 2 people left.
Blizzard not really picking up anything, just creating some space, but hey, the grabs that comes out for the side of Arcadia, getting big kills here, able to dump, and that will be the round.
Nothing like an Arcadia 3rd-point defense, I'll tell you that much.
Yep. Yep.
You need 5 minutes on the clock if you want to take 3rd point King's Row from Arcadia. I'll tell you that. Like,
again, if you weren't here last week, you should have been. Arcadia had a couple great defenses on final points lasting 4 minutes on Dorado and King's Row. Didn't wind up winning. However, a 4-minute defense on the last point is pretty dope and really difficult to accomplish. So, again, if you want to make that final point, maybe you do need 4 minutes on the clock for Arcadia. But Arcadia going to be the ones attacking this time, so we'll see what they're able to do here. We do see
Moose restraining himself, playing something other than ball.
Yeah, I would say, Moose did the absolute most. I don't think I've ever seen ball do that much, ever. Kojo is going to make the initial swap to hover ball. We'll see. However...
Looks like he's just swinging around on point. I'd be surprised if he plays ball on King's Row over the Zarya that we've seen them play every single week so far.
Yeah, we will see. However, Kojo does risk a lot of just looking goofy in comparison to Moose.
Oh!
He will be rolling with the ball and
Moose
challenging
gets him
what
on
Moose
the ball.
can do. Yep. We'll see what Kojo can do. Kojo's just opting to standard roll around and kind of get a weird flank here. Gonna be dropping. Big knock up for Kojo. Mighty Duck gonna be able to push through with the rest of Arcadia. Maywall comes up to block the tanks from the rest of the map, but able to jump over the wall to Ash and Latrick. Moose takes down the Mighty Duck. Moose takes down Pluto. Winston diving into Arcadia's backline.
What kind of
He's gonna be
defense you
dealing all
expect
damage.
from King's Row? The
Yep.
Maywall does so much.
Yep. And Arcadia's going to be forced to regroup here. We do see Pluto with the Widow high up here. Winston going to try to disrupt it, but he's going to be solo in the back here, able to get out miraculously, actually, and get healed up. Pluto, big pick on Hanzo. Big pick again, too, back to back. And that's Lackawanna falling down here. We'll see if they're
Pluto
able to
another.
withstand. Big, absolute massive shots from Pluto, taking down so many members on the side of Lackawanna. And Arcadia's going to get control off this point. That's the first
Who's
tick.
trying to hide, seeing if he can recontest last second, I think.
Yep. Moose jumping down. See if they're able to kill.
There it
Hanzo
is,
ult comes
dragons.
out. Big Earth Shatter. Mighty Duck is going to get nanoed. But Lackawanna's all here. Coalescence comes out, trying to keep alive. Latrick. big kill. Sound Barrier comes out. Sorry, I was going to have to sneeze again, but Arcadia coming through here. Big kills on every member of Lackawanna. Hanzo is going to be the last one alive, but eventually falls. And Arcadia is going to get this big point here. Moose with the 5-head play, trying to get that final disrupt so his team could come back. However, wasn't enough, and Lackawanna
Now,
fall.
2 people far spawn. If Arcadia just engages hard, I don't know what Lackawanna can really do about it.
Yep.
They've
We'll
just
see.
got to back up.
Kojo swapped to the Zarya, decided he wasn't having a Moose game tonight, so gonna put on something a little bit more comfortable. Oh, separated from the group. Is he gonna wind up falling? It looks like he is, and Kojo's gonna go down there, losing their off tank. Lackawanna is gonna get the push up here, taking down the Mighty Duck as well. No more tanks for the side of Arcadia. Mulin falls, and Lackawanna is gonna get big control over.
Can Latrick get out? He can.
The damage is done. They've been pushed off the payload. It's gonna be slowly making their way back.
5 ults for Lackawanna, and they can hold this choke.
Yep. Big choke. We do have Blizzard, Shatter. Dragons comes out initially on the flank. Big Dragon.
Grab,
I didn't even see
Blade.
him there. Big Blade. Blizzard comes out. And then, oh my god.
But is it enough? I don't know.
Doesn't look like they're able to capture the
There's
point
3
there.
left for Lackawanna. If Arcadia spawns and engages quickly, they can take this choke. But it's all about time.
Yep. And I gotta say, Arcadia probably wasn't expecting the flank from the Hanzo inside of Lackawanna. I gotta say, Maxwell, I'm in a spectator client, and I ain't never seen that Hanzo there, so
I
I
me
doubt
neither.
Arcadia expected it. We do see Moose, though, on the flank. Latrick gonna spot him out there and try and take down the Winston, while the rest of Arcadia tries to make this push here. Maywall's gonna come down. Big Shatter from the Mighty Duck into double kills here, I believe. Oh, the sound break actually comes out from the Lucio, gonna keeping everybody alive. Moose drops the Winston ultimate. Lucio for the side of Arcadia as well. Earth
Big
Shatter for the side
Shatter.
of Lackawanna. Massive onto them. Kills are gonna come out slowly for the side of Lackawanna. Bob comes out. See what Bob can do here. He's actually not
Big
gonna-
momentum turn.
Yeah, a huge momentum turn.
Pluto killing Quaken on the Tracer, while Tracer is on the May.
Arcadia gonna get the push here. We'll see if they're able to, how far they're able to push to the second point as Lackawanna does get a regroup here. If they can pick up the May, this is gonna be a big stagger. The wall comes out.
Latrick, balled up.
Latrick
He
by
gets
himself,
out though.
yeah, able to sneak through a tiny crack in the May wall. So that's big for them. Oh,
Big.
big Shatter. Tracer was nano boosted, but is he gonna fall? Oh, Tracer comes out, but the nano is gone.
A really
Regardless.
weird pick to nano a May. Doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. May's typically used for her utility as a damage dealer.
Yeah, you did see the Blizzard for May, so maybe they're just trying to go for a big, massive Blizzard or something, but you're right. May not usually a target for the nano.
Yeah.
Have to wonder if maybe that was a misclick.
You know, when you've got so many bodies on top of each other, it's hard to know who you're nanoing.
Yep. Moose dropping in, trying to do what he can. Goes down very quickly, so they're going to be down a tank. We'll see if Lackawanna is able to still hold this contest here. Brav comes out for
Brav
Arcadia.
gets 3.
Ooh,
The
big
skill
boost.
orb! Skill orb with 2!
That's a big orb. Good combo for the side of Arcadia. Moose is going to pop the ultimate, do what he can with the 1000 HP you get, but he's going to be fallen. Blizzard comes out if you're able to stop, but no,
That's
Arcadia's able to get the point.
That's the dub for Arcadia.
And that is a big dub, Maxwell. Arcadia coming out, showing up. Yeah, Latrick, another player of the game.
Attention hog, honestly.
Yeah.
Play the game all 3 games. You can't do that.
Yeah, this was just an absolute pop-off game by everybody on Arcadia, but specifically Latrick is getting 3 plays of the game, and the DPS performance was absolutely fantastic, as well as everybody else for the side of Arcadia. You know, everybody performing well, doing the job that they needed, and playing some very solid 3 maps, and they're gonna get the 3-0.
You know. And although it was a 3-0, Lackawanna still putting up a great performance. A lot closer than it looks on paper.
Yeah, Lackawanna for both of the maps that ended up in an escort the payload, Dorado and Kings Row, getting so close to that final point. And you know, if they were able to cap that point, go into overtime, they'd have extra minutes to try and push as far as possible. And you know, a couple of the maps could have went the opposite way. So definitely very close games and very entertaining games to watch.
Pluto typing in chat, Moose MVP over and over again.
Yeah, I gotta
So,
say, if
lots
you
of
were watching
respect.
and you weren't entertained by Moose's gameplay on the ball, that was just insane. It was so fun to watch Moose. Big ups to all of Lackawanna. Definitely a great series, and definitely if anybody's a ball fan, you probably learned some ball tech. And so yeah, it's just very entertaining to watch. So great series. But yeah, it seems like if you know, we're going to be wrapping up our thoughts here and going to a short break, but we will be pulling up a player from the side of Arcadia for an interview. So if you're interested in that, please stick around. But for now, we're going to be taking a short break. Thanks for watching.
Think of me by your side. Know what we have to do. Baby, it'll be alright. I know that it's hard being apart. Show no fear. Know what we have to do. But soon I'll be there with you. Show no fear. Think of me by your side. Know what we have to do. Baby, it'll be alright. I know that it's hard being apart. Show no fear. Know what we have to do. But soon I'll be there with you.
Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We're going to be doing a player interview today. We have Jordan or Mulin, a support player for Arcadia. So first, I want to thank you for coming up and doing an interview today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I guess initially kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the game. I know last week we brought up James or Kojo, and he talked a lot about the communication between the team and how maybe there was some disconnect sometimes as it was hard to deal with the flankers that we saw from last week's match. And today, the whole team just looks so much cleaner. We were talking about tanks not being able to die, being healed up constantly, and the TPS allowed that space to kind of go crazy. So what were some of the changes that you were looking at for like last weeks of practice and moving towards that goal that James was kind of talking about?
Honestly, just playing together as a team has helped us a lot. Just like, and also our VOD reviews have been very, very useful as well. We get to hear what we should be saying and declutter our comms so that those important calls about flankers and stuff can actually be made. And honestly, it's been so much better, like especially for Michael. Like he's been calling alts and all that stuff as well. He's doing much better than me as a support, so it's like pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was awesome to see the kind of work here. Putting in a 3-0 after being 3-0'd a couple times must feel great for the team. And it must be great for kind of morale moving forward. As this, was still a great opponent that had similar records and stuff like that.
Yeah, honestly.
And I wouldn't discredit yourself as a support. We saw the cards. You were definitely the unseen backbone, with sometimes getting up to 45% of team damage taken healed. That's a lot.
Yeah, I try, but I feel like Michael is also one of the unsung heroes. He's cracked on the Lucio. His calls are always on point, but I just wish he could be here to be interviewed as well.
Well, maybe next week we'll get him as well.
We could get a
Probably
duo.
Doubt.
Crusher 99's Lucio is definitely a sight to behold.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it was great to see everybody play, and Lackawanna coming out with some weird tech, some weird pick stuff like Moose's ball that we saw absolutely kind of bonkers, doing a lot of stuff that we haven't seen on the broadcast here beforehand. So was there any kind of changes or things that you had to adapt to as a team going through the series, through the maps?
Honestly, it was kind of crazy on the ball, but it was more annoying than it was effective, in my
Right.
opinion. Like, it could have been easier to deal with if we had stuns, but we didn't really need to switch for it even. So,
Hmm.
unfortunate for them, but pretty good for us.
Yeah, seemed like the op to deal with it is just raw damage and just blasting the ball.
Yeah.
Um, but it seemed like y'all dealt with it well. I know that me and Maxwell casting were worried that if it was going to come through and be a big nuisance, but like you said, kind of was more annoying than actually kind of effective in putting on those pushes. So, but entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah, it wasn't until they hard dove us that it was really a problem.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Maxwell, do you have any more
Um,
questions?
not really. Great
Uh,
stuff.
Jordan, anything you wanna shout out before we finish up tonight?
um, no, not really. I mean, I did all my shout outs, plugging my teammates. They're amazing. I love all of them. I hope
Awesome.
they know that.
Okay, sorry,
Thank you.
sorry for coming up with something last minute, but
No,
Uh-huh.
no
how do you
worries.
feel about Latchik hogging all the spotlight with the plays of the game?
True.
I mean, we all saw the last one. Did you see the kill feed? It was all me. What is
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, that
What are
that
we
exactly.
skill
saying?
that skill orb, perfect placement. Racks
Yeah,
up 2 kills.
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
Everyone knows skill
Jordan
orb
being
kills are
robbed
completely
play of the
earned.
game.
Yeah, skill orb earns what skill orb kills are always 100% earned and 100% on purpose
Exactly.
every time.
Well, Jordan, I want to thank you so much for coming up for the interview. Very
Yeah,
humble, shouting out your teammates, but a great performance today from you specifically and the rest of Arcadia.
thank
And
you.
we're looking forward to what's coming for the next few weeks. It looks like we're on an upswing here, and it has to be good for morale coming up with a big 3-0 today.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much for having me.
Awesome. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us tonight. We did realize during the break that we do have a sub button. So anybody still watching, if you're in the post game interview, obviously you're a fan. So go ahead and just smack that sub button, and we can feed our families and our many children. So
If you've
hit it up.
got Twitch Prime,
Oh, if you have Twitch Prime, it's free for you. Please get the Twitch Primes in the chat. And we'll see you next week for more Overwatch, or Arcadia Esports. We'll see you this entire week, for Rocket League, League of Legends, and Hearthstone. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you soon.
See you next time.
comes to you, I'm addicted to you. Why do I always find myself right back at you? You make a fool of me. I no longer wanna feel, 'cause I know I don't need you. You're no good for me. I don't wanna feel, 'cause I know you're no good for me. Oh no. When you stand behind me, baby, I never wanna let you go. I can be everything you ever needed. And I can't see, and I can't breathe. I don't want your body if I can have your soul. It's like you just don't know what's going on between me and you. Can you be so blind? Nobody, 'cause this feeling, and there's not more going on. I'm here to wake you up now. I no longer wanna feel. No, I don't